Let's discuss the complex and enduring situation in the Middle East, specifically the ongoing conflict between Israel and Palestine, with the US playing a significant role. For decades, US foreign policy in the region has been challenging and often contentious. The US has consistently supported Israel, considering it a vital democratic ally in a volatile region. That support has come in many forms: military aid, economic assistance, and significant diplomatic backing at the United Nations. However, this does not mean the US has ignored the Palestinians. There have been aid efforts, attempts at peace negotiations, and expressions of concern about settlements and humanitarian issues. Nonetheless, the scales have not been balanced. This uneven approach has drawn criticism, with some arguing it exacerbates the conflict. Understanding US involvement requires acknowledging this complicated history. It's a story of alliances, strategic interests, domestic politics, and numerous challenges and realities. Let's talk about US foreign aid. Israel has been the top recipient of US foreign aid for decades, receiving billions of dollars annually. This aid comes in two main forms: military and economic. The military aid helps Israel maintain its qualitative military edge in the region, ensuring they have advanced military capabilities. Economic aid has also bolstered Israel's economy, contributing to its development as a tech powerhouse. Palestinians have also received aid, primarily directed towards economic development and humanitarian assistance. This aid supports essential services and infrastructure in Palestinian territories. However, the amount of aid to Palestinians is significantly less compared to what Israel receives. This disparity highlights the unequal distribution of US foreign aid in the region. While both receive aid, the difference in scale is substantial and has significant implications. Beyond the dollars and cents, the US has also tried its hand at playing peacemaker, albeit with mixed results. They've hosted numerous peace talks, pushed for a two-state solution, and generally tried to broker some kind of deal between the Israelis and Palestinians. The negotiations have been complex and challenging, often ending without resolution. The US has at times been accused of being biased towards Israel in these negotiations, further complicating matters. Adding to the complexity, the domestic political scene in both Israel and Palestine has often thrown a wrench into the works, making any kind of lasting agreement feel increasingly difficult to achieve. Section 4. New President, New Policy, the Impact of Changing Faces. Every time a new US president takes office, the Middle East closely watches the developments. Will this be the president who finally resolves the Israeli-Palestinian conflict? Historically, the conflict remains unresolved. Each new administration brings its own set of ideas, priorities, and advisors, leading to shifts in US policy towards the conflict. Some presidents have taken a more hands-on approach, actively engaging in peace negotiations, while others have adopted a more hands-off strategy, preferring to let the parties work things out themselves, which often proves ineffective. These policy swings can have a significant impact on the ground, influencing everything from settlement activity to the tone of diplomatic rhetoric. Recent policy changes and their implications. Now let's examine the recent US policy shifts in detail. The past few administrations have introduced significant changes. We've seen actions such as moving the US Embassy to Jerusalem, recognizing Israeli settlements in the West Bank, and cutting aid to the Palestinians. These moves have been praised by some as necessary steps towards peace and condemned by others as reckless provocations. The reality is likely complex and multifaceted. What's clear is that these policy changes have had a tangible impact on the conflict, further inflaming tensions and making the already elusive prospect of a peace agreement even more distant. The price of peace. Assessing US impact on the conflict. So, after decades of involvement, billions of dollars in aid and countless diplomatic efforts, what's the US got to show for it? Well, the short answer is it's complicated. The US has undoubtedly played a significant role in shaping the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, for better or worse. Its unwavering support for Israel has been a key factor in the country's survival and development. However, critics argue that this support has also come at a price, emboldening hardliners on both sides and hindering the peace process. The US now faces a difficult balancing act, maintaining its close relationship with Israel while also pushing for a just and lasting solution to the conflict. Whether they can achieve this delicate balance remains to be seen. One thing's for sure, though, the US remains deeply involved. This story is far from over. If you found this video insightful, please like, share and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth analyses.